Today, my team and I are going to talk about the chapter 7 of the novel, The Wedding.
After his time in Ireland, Victoria and his father arrive in Paris. Victoria is filled with despair. He avoids people because he fears the monsters might harm them. Trying to act normal, Victor hides his pain and guilt, knowing that the creature destroyed everything he once loved.
Victor receives a letter from Elizabeth, where she wonders if he still loves her or if he feels forced to marry her. Victor replies it, and he declares his love and promises to spend the rest of his life with her. The threat of the monster still haunts him. Victor tries to convince himself that facing the monster will free him from suffering. They move to Italy, and Victor brought weapons to defend himself if the monster appeared. The wedding takes place, and the couple travel to Evian. Victor was restless and anxious, expecting the monster to attack. He sends Elizabeth to bed, while he stays alert with his pistol. He hears screams coming from the room, and rushes inside. He found Elizabeth dead. Her arms and legs were twisted in an unnatural position. He fainted because of the shock. When he recovered, he saw the monster in the window, staring at him, with a cruel smile, grinning. As soon as he can, Victor grabs his weapon and tries to shoot the monster. But in the meanwhile, the monster had already disappeared.
The first theme is guilt. Victor feels an enormous sense of responsibility for the death of William Justine and his friend Clerval. He believes that everything that happened is his fault because he created the monster. His guilt isolates him from everyone, even from his father and Elizabeth. The second theme is revenge. The monster wants to make Victor suffer in the same way he suffered, from loneliness and rejection. His final revenge is to kill Elizabeth, the person Victor loved most. Through this act, the novel shows how revenge only brings more pain and destruction. Another theme is love and loss. Elizabeth represents Victor's last chance for peace and happiness, but her death takes that away. The relationship also shows how love cannot survive when guilt and obsession take control. Finally, there is the theme of fate and tragedy. From the beginning of the chapter, Victor knows something terrible is going to happen. No matter what he does, he cannot escape his destiny. This chapter reveals that his life is a tragic consequence of his own actions and choices.
In the first chapters, Victoria is an idealistic young man passionate about the knowledge and convinced that science can achieve the impossible. His curiosity leads him to challenge natural limits, driven by ambition and a desire for glory. He believes that creating life will be his greatest accomplishment. But when he finally succeeds, reality destroys him. His creation fills him with fear, guilt, and remorse. In chapters 4 to 6, his emotional deterioration becomes evident. He goes from scientific euphoria to despair, feels repulsion for his work, and becomes a man haunted by his own guilt and by the monster he created.
In chapter 7, Victor is no longer the brilliant young man he once was, but a man completely consumed by guilt, madness, and loss. His personality is dominated by guilt and fear. He feels that his life has no meaning and that death is the only escape. Unlike the young man who sought to create life, he now only wishes for the end of his suffering. His obsession is no longer science, but revenge and punishment. The monster's promise, "I will be with you on your wedding night," condemns him psychologically, and his mistake in believing that the monster would kill him instead of Elizabeth shows how paranoid and desperate his mind has become. In summary, we can say that Victor evolves from a rational and ambitious scientist into a man destroyed by guilt and the horror of his own actions.
Hello, my name is Stanislao, and I'm going to talk about the monster. The monster is very intelligent and sensitive. He can think, feel, and understand what happened around him. Even if he looks horrible, he has real emotions and just wants to be accepted by people. At the beginning of the story, the monster was innocent and curious. He wanted to learn about humans, to help them, and to be loved. But everyone hated him because of his appearance. He felt lonely, sad, and then angry. After so much pain, he started to change. Now he is more evil and wants justice for suffering that humans caused him. I think the monster is not really bad. He just wants someone to listen and understand him.
This chapter is one of the most important in the story because it shows how everything that Victor tries to escape finally catches up with him. The wedding should have been a moment of love, happiness, and new beginning. But instead, it becomes the exact moment when the monster takes everything away from him. This is not just a random attack. It's a direct result of Victor's past actions and his silence. By never telling the truth, Victor made it impossible to protect the people he loved. The death of Elizabeth represents the destruction of Victor's last hope. From this point, he has nothing left to lose. It also shows how revenge and guilt can completely consume someone's life. The scene is powerful because it transforms a happy event into a moment of fear, pain, and anger. It shows that actions have consequences, and Victor must finally face what he created.